Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Andrew coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be, there will be casualties in the relationship. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please subscribe. So I'll jump right into it. Throughout the body of the narcissistic relationship, there will be many casualties. Literally from the beginning of the relationship, throughout it, to the end of the relationship, and even post-relationship, there will be casualties. I will jump into this, explain to you who these casualties may be, what some of the losses that will take place will be, and to let you know how to navigate these waters and help you to make some very challenging decisions along the healing path. So here I go, I'll jump right in. So when you met the narcissist, of course, you didn't know what you were up against. You were most likely, you fell in love with them, or you believed their mask. Maybe you went into business with them or loaned them money, whatever you did, I understand. Point being is the narcissist was trying to take advantage of you. They were trying to manipulate you and steal your energy and steal your resources. So we know that now. Now, when that happened, many times what you did, let's say it was a friendship or a business, or it could have been romantic. But the point is, what did you do when you entered the relationship with this individual or these individuals? Most likely, you tuned out your immediate family. You probably weren't spending as much time with your immediate family. Also with your good friends, maybe friends you had built up over a decade or a lifetime, you weren't really spending as much time with them either. Think about it, because you were entrenched in this trance-like, zombie-like state, the narcissistic fog. You didn't know what was going on, but each day in the beginning, during that euphoric stage, every day got better and better, didn't it? You were like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It was like a roller coaster, and it was amazing, and it was very exciting. That's how these relationships usually begin. Next thing you know, you're not speaking with your family members or your friends like you used to, and perhaps you relocated. Example, let's say that you became roommates or moved in with the narcissist somewhere. Okay, well, now you are not in your safe space, your environment. You're now in a different environment. Maybe even you moved across country or to a different town or to a different country, who knows? But now the narcissist had you isolated, you just didn't know it. The next thing, let's say that you were thriving in the business world, you were doing great. You were making good money and you were very successful, and you had a whole bunch of coworkers that appreciated you, respected you, perhaps even looked up to you. That slowly was removed also. Why? Because perhaps the narcissist asked you to quit or to retire, or that they will take care of you financially. And then what did you do? You perhaps quit your job, maybe to have a child. Maybe you were going to become a stay-home parent because the narcissist promised you, or they told you or agreed with you that they would support you. Okay, there's another, just setting this up for you. Another way is throughout the body of the relationship, think about the toxicity you experienced. Think about all the gaslighting, the stonewalling, the rage fits, all of the poor behavior you tolerated that nobody really saw outside of your four walls of your house, but you experienced it frequently when it was just the two of you in the house. Or perhaps you were in a moving vehicle, a car, just the two of you. But the point is, this toxicity usually takes place behind closed doors where no one else is around. Perhaps you were even recorded, meaning maybe the narcissist that you're thinking about, maybe they planted cameras in your house and they were recording you. Yeah, there are thousands of layers of the onion to peel back, but this is a 15-minute video to let you know. That's another way. Maybe some of your items, your treasured items, would mysteriously be disappearing, like maybe family heirlooms or paintings or things that you cherished and relished, and the narcissist knew that. And think about, all of a sudden, maybe you had a vase that was gifted to you from your mom or something, and it was right there on the kitchen table or on the dining room table. And then one day you came home and either A, it wasn't there, or B, it was broken. And now the only people in the house were you and the narcissist, and you weren't in the environment that day, so that leaves one person, right? But then you ask them, hey, what happened here? And lo and behold, they don't know what happened. Think about it. Other ways that throughout the body of the relationship, perhaps when you would be going to pick up the narcissist, let's say that you were their Uber or their chauffeur, and you just didn't know it at the time because perhaps you were in love, but maybe you picked them up every day at 5 o'clock. Well, in the beginning, they would be there at 5 o'clock with bells and whistles on because they couldn't wait to see you, right? Remember those days? Of course you do. That was the euphoric stage. That was the mask. That was the narcissist high on getting your supply. That was you giving them the supply without a question. And then slowly over time, those 5 o'clock pickups, when you had to pick them up after work, they would get later and later and later. Next thing you know, your schedule you would be sitting around waiting, not from 5, but maybe they would message you at 6:45 and say, yeah, I'm ready now. And you're sitting around thinking, but wait, I just wasted an hour and 45 minutes of my time. You told me 5 o'clock. But again, think about it. They put you on hold. What were they doing for that hour and 45 minutes? Who knows? Not my position to say, but notice how it went from puppies and rainbows, regularly picking them up at 5, to now maybe 6:45, maybe 7, maybe they got their own ride home and it was at 9, who knows? Get the point. Same thing with your vacations. You used to take vacations to maybe your favorite places on the planet, and you would love it, and maybe you even turned the narcissist onto some of your places. And the narcissist on the first vacation, I can almost assure you, they ruined it for you. Now, was each and every vacation ruined? Who knows? That's for you to say. Were many ruined? Absolutely. Why? Because the vacation, think about it, it was meant to be just that, a vacation. The narcissist couldn't have it. And if you showed them your special place, maybe a special place on the planet, they did their best to take that from you. Think about it. They wanted to ruin that place for you, so you wouldn't go back there ever again and enjoy it. Also, the narcissist on vacation, if it's not about them, they're not in a good space. That's why they ruin vacations. Think about it. Maybe it was your birthday. Maybe you celebrate a special milestone birthday, or a few of them. Did you get a coffee mug with hello on it? Did you get maybe a candy bar from the store picked up on the way home from work? Did you get anything of substance or value? Of course not. You probably got something like this, like, ooh, I forgot. Oh my gosh, let me go get you something. And you're like, wait a minute, it's kind of late now. The whole idea of a birthday gift is to get it ahead of time and gift it when you see the individual who's having the birthday. It's not you get it because you forgot about it and now you fake feel bad, so you're gonna go out and get a gift. The whole thing's ruined. If you really follow that happens so frequently. It gets the narcissist worming their way out of buying you a gift. Think about it. If they intentionally forget your birthday or Christmas, whatever it is, whatever holiday you're talking about, they don't get you a gift, then they can say, oh, I forgot, or something came up, or I'll get you later. And you're like, yeah, that's fine. And then later never comes. Why? Because the narcissist never had intended on giving you a gift in the first place. Think about it. And if they did get you a gift afterwards, would it have the same meaning? It absolutely wouldn't. That's why exactly on the channel I mention to people frequently, and this is how I live my life, living in the present moment, right here, right now. So if your birthday came and you weren't gifted something, just get my point. And I'm just letting you know this probably happened to you, you just don't even know it. Same thing about their birthday. Think about it. When it's their birthday, the whole world needs to stop. We have to roll out the red carpet. We have to strike up the band. We have to have thousands of balloons and adoration and cards and non-stop video calls, everything, right? That's right, because it's about them. And let me tell you right now, if they could have it, the narcissist would have their birthday 365 days a year. Leap year, they'd have it 366. And if you really want to zoom in, they actually think it's their birthday each and every day anyway, because they think they're so special. However, they are not. They're human beings, and they're manipulators and abusers. But these are just some of the casualties. Here's another one. Let's say you had a large bank account before you met the narcissist, or you had a nice nest egg and you were building towards the future. Well, that dwindled rather quickly, didn't it? It sure did. Why? Because the narcissist and all their new hobbies. One week it's baking, the next week it's gardening, the next week it's biking, the next week it's fencing, the next week it's getting all these clothes on Amazon. Who knows what it is, but the point is, there is nothing stable there. The narcissist just wanted to drain your bank account. And the whole time they were doing that, they were squirreling away their own money. Yes, they were, I can promise you. Think about these light bulb moments you're getting. Think about the message here I'm sending you. There will be casualties in the relationship. Think about this one. Maybe you are and or were a parent. Maybe a stepdad, stepmom, aunt, uncle, biological mom, dad. Who knows? Maybe you're a grandparent. Point is, throughout the relationship, or once you figured out that your son, daughter, sibling, whomever it is, was a toxic individual, what did that person do? Most likely they parental alienated you, which means you never saw the kids again, or you're only allowed to see them during limited hours, maybe a small little window one day a week for 30 minutes, and that has to be supervised. Think about it. Why is that happening? Well, first of all, it's to inflict as much damage on you and to drive a wedge of the relationship between you and, let's say, your grandchild. Second of all, it's to isolate you so you don't feel part of the family. Third of all, it's to let you know how little they care about you. And fourth of all, it is to instill the smear campaign with the child against you. It's exactly what they will do. Believe me when I tell you. Not always, but most times. And the casualty there is everybody. The child who doesn't know what's going on because they're so little. They're missing their grandparents, as an example. You, because you're the grandparent and you have time and you probably have money and resources and you want to utilize that and grow and pay it forward to your grandchildren, but you can't because, let's say, your daughter won't allow you to do it because she's the narcissist and she won't allow you to see the kids. Think about this. It's so crystal clear. Other casualties are, I mentioned the bank account. Another one is your special places you like to go to. Let's say you had favorite restaurants or favorite foods or favorite music, things like that, or even hobbies. Well, did you do those? Did you go to those restaurants after the relationship? Probably not. Did you go to your favorite restaurants throughout the relationship? Maybe, but probably not as much as you wanted to. Your hobbies were certainly crushed, I can tell you that, because anything that you liked, the narcissist wanted to take from you. Let's say you like to go skiing, surfing, and let's say ride horses. Beautiful. Well, in the beginning of the euphoric stage, the narcissist jumped on those three things with you just because they wanted to assimilate with you and they wanted you to put your guard down. As the relationship developed and perhaps you professed your love to them, which I'll talk about in a minute, then they said, no, I don't want to do that anymore, or that, or that. As a matter of fact, I would like to do this, this, and this. And what did you figure out quickly? You won't be doing or enjoying your hobbies any longer. You'll be doing what they wanted you to do and the way they wanted it to be done. And you may say, well, what's going on there, Andrew? What's going on there? It's very simple. You're dealing with a petulant child. You're dealing with a 7-year-old kid who wants it their way or no way. And once they know this, which I'll dig into right now, once they know that either A, you loaned them money, B, you invested in them in some capacity, C, you told them you loved them, D, you had kids with them, E, you married them, F, you moved in with them or relocated halfway around the globe. And there are so many other reasons than just those 6 or 7. But if you did any or all of those, the narcissist, they didn't have to work that hard any longer. They now knew that they had you entrenched in that narcissistic fog, the zombie trance-like state. They knew you were going nowhere, specifically if you had a child early on in the relationship. And I'll tell you why, because most likely you're an empath. Certainly you are and or were a good parent. They saw that, they sensed that, they knew that you could out-parent them, and they wanted that. But what they wanted to do was get your financial resources from you to have you take care of the child, see the child as little as possible many times because of parental alienation, as an example. I hope you follow that. And you pay the tab until the child's 18 years old. And then on the exterior, this person you're thinking about is the father or the mother of the year, because that's what everybody thinks. Truth of the matter is, no. They're about as bad of a parent as possible. They don't even love their child. They're just weaponizing the child to drain you, to bleed you dry from your resources. And you, the one person who wants to be the great parent, and you are, you can't even do what you want to do because probably you have limited visitation rights. Understand that. So that there will be casualties of the relationship. I'll forward this for a minute. Think about the friends that you've lost along the way. Think about the alleged friends you've lost along the way. Think about the children or the grandkids that you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe you'll never see them again. I'm sorry to say that, but maybe you won't. Think about the business relationships that were blown up. Think about the business opportunities that were not seized. Think about all the money that was not placed properly where it should have been. Example, maybe in the beginning of the relationship, you wanted to save money and pay off debt and own your house. But no, the narcissist wanted to go to Disneyland, to Las Vegas, to Mexico, to all over the globe. Think about it. They didn't want to save money. They wanted to spend your money. That's exactly what they wanted to do. These are just examples to let you know. But there will be casualties, believe me when I tell you. The next layer of casualties will be coming for the narcissist. And you may say, well, what does that mean, Andrew? I don't really follow that at all. What that means is eventually everybody on this planet reveals themselves. Each and every one of us do. Everybody gets discovered sooner or later. And the narcissist, who perhaps could be fooling people for decades and perhaps has that game face on, the mask, and to manipulate people, everyone in the community to think that they're the best person since sliced bread. Well, eventually the truth gets out. And the truth gets out. When it does, it's not a good thing for the narcissist. That's called, let's just say it's not good for them. And when that happens, then the circle of friends that they used to be part of shrinks. More and more people catch on to them. People are getting wiser. Their own kids don't even want to talk to them any longer. Business relationships get blown up. Family relationships certainly get blown up. In other words, their siblings, their brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, parents. Once people identify that an individual is a toxic individual or a narcissist, and if that person themselves is not a narcissist, they want to run for the hills. They do not want anything to do with that individual. Think about this for a minute. Think about, when we were kids, or when I was a kid, there used to be a thing called that crazy uncle. Everyone has the crazy uncle, whatever, and it's a term, so please just be nice. The point is, maybe it was that crazy uncle who was actually the one who had it together, and it was the family that was full of narcissists. Think about it. Think about it for a minute. In your family, or in families that you're thinking of right now, many times there is a white sheep or a black sheep, whatever you want to call it. And recently it has come to light that these individuals many times are empaths or are good, kind, loving people. Not always. Now keep in mind, many times these people are not good, but if you made it this far in the video and you're the white or black sheep, you know what I'm talking about, which means you most likely don't connect with your siblings. Perhaps you've identified your mom or dad or both are and or were a narcissist or toxic individuals. Well, that means you are on the outside looking in. You're the scapegoat, right? Think about it. Now apply that to the crazy uncle analogy I just told you a few minutes ago. Maybe that person that you're thinking of from 10, 20, 30, 40 years ago, maybe that person was the one that had it all together. It was everybody else painting the false narrative. Think about it. It is so crystal clear. So there will be casualties of the relationship. There will be. From the beginning of this relationship through the body of it to the culmination of it, and even afterwards. Think about the smear campaign before I close the video out. Smear campaign, what's that meant to do? It's meant to destroy you, to kick you when you're down, to spread false narrative, to spread lies, rumors, untruths, zero truths. It's meant to have you sit on the sidelines, not even defend yourself, because why would you? If you defend yourself, then you're just getting in the mud with the narcissist and having to just weed all these people out. This is all by design. The narcissistic relationship is a cycle that is set up and created by the narcissist. How they figure this out at a young age and implement it throughout their life, it's for a different video. Point is, they do it, and now you understand it. You're getting the wisdom. So accepting that there will be casualties of the relationship, that's an instrumental step. If you can learn how to practice radical acceptance and understand that just because you were brought up a certain way or you're from a certain culture, it doesn't mean that there isn't a time to jump ship and to save yourself instead of trying to save everybody else around you. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful, and I mean beautiful, Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon or evening or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. God bless you. I love you. You are not alone. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right. Bye, guys.